Hi, hello, how are you? My name is Player Psycho and I have decided to make a video review of a recently played game that I did on my stream, and that is the Elden Ring. Now, this is a reminder for the people, but that's not a professional review. I will not be giving that score. This is just my humble opinion of what I think the game is. If you are looking for a review without any heavy judgment and is based on a fun factor, then this video might be for you. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Gameplay in Elden Ring is like in any other RPG open world game and can be summed up in 3 points. Gear up, level up, loot. Classic formula with extra adjustments and voila. Elden Ring has 10 basic classes that your player character can start with. Each class has its own basic gear and weapons and already allocated points. There is also a plain class, but that basically tells you to go naked and put those points on your own. Elden Ring has low-level areas, which are great for new players that have never touched a Souls genre before, so they can learn how to feel playing slowly. For advanced players, you can go with immediately Hell Khalid and say, "Oh baby, I'm back!" You have that option, which I think is great. Every time you explore a new dungeon, a ruin, or a castle, the game rewards you with new cool gear or items that will give you experience or to level up and become the Elden Lord. Each weapon is unique to handle, which most people already know if they played the Soul genre before. However, with that in mind, you can easily find a weapon with your fighting style. Whether it's defensive or more offensive, you'll find it. Magic itself is also a huge part of the gameplay. You can go full mage or use enchantments that will complement your fighting style even more. Unfortunately, I don't have any opinion on PvP system, as I only play Souls games as a single player experience, but it is there, and it is very popular, so if you think your skills and gear are enough, then you should try it. There are also other online aspects of the gameplay that can aid you in the game, and those are the summonings. There are 3 types of summonings. 2 are AI based, and 1 is online based. Basically, you can summon spirits to help you fight certain bosses or areas. When you are able to summon them, you'll know the difference inside the game. Third one is a player character from another world that can aid in co-op or fight a boss if you'd like. Overall, you have an amazing arsenal of summonings at your hand, whether it is AI or a player. You are a tarnished from another land who was invited to Lands Between by the Order of the Great Will to claim your title as an Elden Lord. Basically, you are one of many tarnished to come clean up the mess that demigods left after they failed to claim their title as the Elden Lord. A last resort for peace, you might say. In order to claim your title as a worthy tarnished, you have to at least get 2 Golden Order runes to be considered worthy. 1, if you want to fight Star Scourge Raden first and die, badly, severely, a couple of times, until you think, right, change of plans. Or you might actually win, who knows. I collected every rune because I am a completionist freak and I had a blast doing so. As you might have noticed, to get the runes, you have to defeat the demigods, aka the bastards that fail to agree who is more worthy to marry the Queen Mother, Marika the Eternal. This is the basis you, as a player, you gain from the first hour or 2 of the gameplay, and that cutscene. Everything else you will get from dialogues and items, gear and more. Legitimately, you have to read descriptions of items you are gathering in order to understand more lore, or actually listen closely to already hard-finding side quests. Classic Souls game, if I have to be honest. I did not mean to say that the game story is bad, but you will not grasp the true game's potential in storytelling if you will basically go head on fighting the enemies and ignore the reading. In Elden Ring's story, you will not find any happy endings, whether it's the NPCs you are encountering or side missions you are doing. At best, they are bittersweet and retrospective on the broken ruling system. Personally, I think the story suits the game well, as it should, and people will still find satisfaction in the endings, if at least they understand what this game is about. When it comes to Elden Ring world, it's big and beautiful. Most importantly, this installation from Software's games is a true open world that had set up a new height and standard in the gaming industry. The developer already tried to tackle open world game in the Souls genre before, basically Dark Souls 2, but unfortunately they failed horribly, to the point that Dark Souls 2 world design was sometimes confusing and convoluted. Still, it was a good game to play. With Elden Ring, they did their homework. With world design on par with Witcher 3 and Dark Souls 1, Elden Ring has set a powerful statement that indeed they can. Carefully adjusted region levels so new players can have a better chance at mastering the game with challenging and enjoyable boss fights that veteran players can have a go at. Whatever you see in the game, you can travel there either on the foot or on your loyal steed. And if the game is too big for you, then you can fast travel to the closest grace that you have previously sat on. With beautiful landmarks that are worthy of screenshots to make a wallpaper, to devastating swamp areas that will remind you love from Miyazaki himself, how he enjoys players suffering. All in all, beauty. I don't usually replay the games after I finish them, but with Elden Ring it is a pure pleasure and it has definitely joined the ranks of long hourly played games on my Steam. Some bosses were frustrating, especially when my fighting style was off with their fighting stances, but nonetheless, I was trying to adapt whenever I could. A lot of the fights were amazingly choreographed, that even after countless of defeats, I had a euphoria of happiness when I won. Some fights weren't as much exciting, especially the duo boss fights. They were absolute nightmare for me. I couldn't take my eyes off the world design. I had to go through every crevice and every major boss fight to be fully satisfied with the game. Even now in my New Game Plus, I find new caves to explore and lore to uncover. Open world on right. Definitely Elden Ring has exceeded every player expectations, even its developers as they only expected 4 million copies sold in 3 months since their release date, and yet they had over 12 million copies sold instead. This is their new peak. If you are a player who is bored of constant points and hand-holding in modern open world games and want to experience a more hardcore but still welcoming game, then try Elden Ring. It is not for everyone, but it might be for you. I don't have to convince veteran Souls players. You guys know what you want, so go and get it. Let me solo her. Thank you to anyone who stayed long enough for this video. You're the real star. It was just my humble opinion of what I think of the game, and I hope it was enough for you to actually get it, or just to confirm your own beliefs. My name is Play It Psycho, and I'll see you next time. Bye!